Hey people,
Hello, hello.
it's Scott and Faye again.
What Elizabeth?
Yeah. It, it's okay, it's just,
I thought that was cute.
we can't share sentences. Like, you're just gonna screw me up doing that kind of crap.
I thought it was cute. I'm sorry, I wasn't trying to.
I don't care if you think it's cute. You think a lot of stuff is cute.
Yes, I do.
Well, we don't always agree on that stuff, do we?
No.
Alright, hey people. Sorry, man. Here we go. Got the door open. So, we got some weird lighting and dodgy cameraman work. It's all my fault. Yeah, it's a wet day. What? Whatever. And I got my DJ pants on. Got my rain suit on. We've already been out. Took a walk down to Walmart. And I'm back. The van's not back yet. Apparently, it has a leak in the rear axle. So, they're going to be taking care of that. And then we'll get the van back. So, right now, we're just in a holding pattern. Which is okay, because, you know, we got some donations to deal with, and stuff like that. Which we could always use more of. Hint, hint, wink, wink. Hygiene. Hygiene, snacks, always socks. We are desperately low on waters. But, you know, it is what it is. And as soon as that van comes back, we'll be back to making runs again. But until then, we got enough stuff to keep us busy right here around the church anyway. Speaking of which, we had a episode the other night. There was a bat in the church. Faye came out in the middle of the night, woke me up, freaking out. I finally figured out what the deal was. It was a bat. And yeah, it scared the crap out of her. So she came out and got me. I went on in with her. And sure enough, it's up on the second floor, right by the offices, just hanging by one of the ceiling tiles. Which was kind of neat and impressive. I didn't know that they could just hang on to something like that. Like, I thought they needed, like, actual solid ledge or something. Oh no, he had just dug his feet right into the ceiling tile. He was fine. So, I had to go through. I turned all the lights on. He didn't budge. Went around closing all the doors. Didn't budge. Even went around and opened up the doors behind him. Like, I had to go down down to the first floor, through the building, come up behind him, and open up those doors, because that's the direction I was trying to get him to go, you know? Damn thing doesn't budge. Doesn't budge. So, alright. I go back up in there. And I get up close and I'm looking at it. I clap my hands. You know, get a real loud clap. Nothing. So now I'm looking at this thing like, alright, all the lights are on. I've sat here, I've made like loud clapping noises right in front of its freaking face. This thing ain't budging. Did it like hang up here and die? So, me being me, I went and got a coat hanger, and I went over there, I went, dunk. And it turned its head and looked at me like, I'm like, oh yeah, you're alive. So, I went and got, there's this jacket that's been hanging for the last few months. So I went and grabbed it, because it was the only thing around that I had at my disposal. So I grabbed it to use as like a shoeing towel. Like, shoo, mother lover, shoo. Get out of here. So, I'm up there. Faye's like right next to me. She's just freaking out. Like, every time I go to move, she like grabs a hold of me. And I'm like, stop. Just stop. Chill. Just stand off to the side and just chill. Watch this go down. So I go over there and I tap him again. But this time I gave him a little bit of force, because I wanted to knock him down off of the ceiling. I knocked him down all right. And as soon as there were signs of life, Faye drops that fucking crutch and she is gone. Like Usain bolted the frig out of that place. I hear the crutch hit the frickin' floor behind me. I jump because, like, that startled me. I turn around. Faye's not there. There's a crutch on the floor. Yeah. There ain't no Faye. Faye's already made it down the friggin' hallway and out the double doors, and she's already outside the building. Meanwhile, I got a bat right here in my face. So I'm like, get. And then he would fly down towards the doors I want him to go out and turn around and fly back at me. No, go that way. I'm sitting up there playing badminton with a bat basically for about a half an hour. Until he finally flew out that freaking door, and I ran down there and like shut the door behind him. Got him trapped in the vestibule, which again is like 2.5 stories probably. So now he's got this whole freaking thing to fly up and down and around in. But at least he got out of the friggin' hallway. So I get the one door shut. Now he's got no way of going back into the church. Like, I've got the door going outside, propped open, and he's just flying around. So I end up losing sight of him. So I'm up there on the second floor looking through the window. I can't see him nowhere. And where the hell did he go? Well, come to find out, I go back down the hallway, go down the stairs, go down through the first floor, come around, and over to the first floor entrance to that vestibule. So I'm looking through that window. And I'm looking around. I don't see him. I'm like, okay, I gotta go in. So I go in slowly and I'm looking around. I look around the corner up to the second floor. In the window I was looking through, that friggin' bat is hanging on the door right above that window. So he was like literally like 2 inches from my face. So I'm like, alright. So we're playing this game, are we? So I go back in, go back upstairs, go over to that set of doors, and I open up the one door, and yeah, I'm like this close to him, and he's looking at me. And I'm like, really? Really? Alright. So I went and got the coat hanger again, went back over there, opened it up, and I'm like, he didn't budge, he just sat there looking at me. I'm like, alright. So I smack him with the coat hanger again. He wasn't too pleased with that. Took me another 45 minutes to get him out the frickin' door.
I think he was mean mugging you like,
Oh, he
mother
was.
lover, I'm trying to sleep. You messed with me the first time. Go ahead, try again. I dare you. This guy went boop, and he went flying around again.
But yo, I ain't never seen you move. I didn't see you move that fast that night. Like, it was just woof, gone.
I think I've seen a bat before. It's just this church at night is so creepy, and I wasn't expecting. I walked around to go do something. I went upstairs, and something told me to look up, and this thing was huge. So yes, even on a sprained ankle, I hit the emergency flight mode, and with the sprained ankle, I jetted down those steps and out that door. I don't care.
So,
I was like, my life's in danger, it might be alive, and I was like, screw my sprained ankle, I'd rather not get attacked by a bat. I got an appointment on Tuesday, the doctor could handle anything even if I made it worse. Screw this, I am out.
dude,
Gone.
I couldn't even turn around fast enough to see her ass go out that other set of doors. No. By the time I looked over my shoulder, she was gone. Like, she hasn't moved that fast for ice cream, not for chocolate, not for...
I thought my life was in danger. I
Not for
didn't want a
nothing.
bat to attack me. Screw that. I was like, life-threatening, emergency flight mode button. Vroom.
So yeah, that's just...
I don't know. I'll find out Monday if I did any more damage to my sprained ankle, but hey, it was worth it.
That's something I really wish we had video of, because that shit was comical. Like, just flat out ridiculous.
And you throwing stuff at it, and you're like, Faye, where'd you go? As soon as it started flying, I went the other way. He's like, Faye. I'm like, okay, you
She
keep
was gone.
going, I'll move the
She was
stuff out of
gone.
your way. And I picked up his stuff, and it flew again, and I went down. He's like, Faye. I'm like, oh crap, I'm running away with the stuff. Hold on, get it going that way. Okay, and I came back and handed the stuff and jetted again. I was no help. And then he turned around, and that's when he heard the crutch before it hit the floor. He turned around, and I was out the door with a sprained ankle. I tried. I was not any help. That thing scared me.
I gotta admit, just hanging there, That thing was a good 5-6 inches.
And you saw the wingspan. How big was that wingspan on him?
It's about as wide as my shoulders. So,
Yeah, he was a big boy.
oh yeah.
Go walking up on that in a creepy,
It's not that
somewhat
creepy.
lit, creepy church to
It's not
begin
that
with.
creepy. It's not that creepy in there.
To me, it's creepy.
There's an old boiler system, so you hear like weird noises and stuff through the pipes. Weird knocks, weird like howls and moans and stuff like that.
And on top of it, it's an old church, so it's
And
not
I love
insulated,
it.
so you hear all the stuff outside, too.
Yeah.
It gets creepy at night sometimes in there by yourself. I'll be honest.
It's funny.
I'll admit it. I get creeped out sometimes with all those noises.
So, it's like 3 o'clock in the freaking morning. I finally get that friggin' bat out of the church. Meanwhile, Faye ran like a
Bat out of hell.
bat out of hell.
Because I got scared by a bat, I ran to bat out of hell with a sprained ankle.
Apparently, getting a bat out of church isn't as fast
Not
as a
fast
bat
as
trying
I
to get
ran
out of
that
hell.
night. Mm-mm.
So, yeah, there was no sleep the other night. Like, we still had stuff that had to be like finished off inside, and we had spent roughly 2 hours screwing with a friggin' bat. So,
I'm sorry, thank you. Thank you very much. Apparently, and I apologize, I wasn't any help at all, but thank you for taking care of that for me.
I'm surprised the police didn't show up, because she was so loud. Like, half the friggin' neighborhood had to have heard this whole bat turmoil. Like, what do I keep hearing?
It's Rich
Oh,
throwing stuff in the
okay. All right.
the trash.
So,
I just looked out the window.
okay. So, that's our bat story for the other night. I had to stay up with her because she wasn't going to stay in there and like go through the clothes and stuff that were donated. Not by herself in the big creepy building with the bats on the loose. All I wanted to do was come back and go back to sleep. That's all I wanted to do.
Nope. I had other plans for you. I wasn't
Yeah.
going to stay in that church after that by myself.
Yeah.
I didn't know
Like-
if there was another bat or if I opened the door and it came back in. Sorry, I'll admit, people, that scared the crap out of me, obviously.
And of course, the day's gotta be a friggin' wet, rainy day.
Yeah. Well, that's good. We can finish anything we didn't finish. Separating our donations, we can finish that.
Anyway. So, this past week, I had to go over to the store for something. So, and the van's not here, so I'm walking. No big deal, I walk all the time. So, I start heading on over there. And I don't get like 20 feet from the little house until I notice this little yellow bird. And I'm colorblind, so like I can see some colors. Yellow is easy for me to see. In fact, yellow is probably my best color. So, yellow sticks out. So this bird stuck out to me like crazy. So I'm just looking at it because I never saw one before. It's all yellow, yellow head, yellow back, yellow belly, but its wings were black and its tail was black. It was over playing with all the little tiny finches. And like they were playing around too, and like flying around in a little group together. So I was like, dude, that's cool. That's really neat. What is that? So as I'm walking out, they kept jumping from one side to the other, up the whole way up the driveway here. And they went back and forth probably a dozen times before I got up to where the pantry is, and they finally just flew off. So it was really neat, and it stuck with me because that yellow bird just like kind of burned itself into my brain, you know, because it was so different, so unique. The very next day, Faye comes out of the church. She's got a calendar to hang up. So she comes out and she puts this up on the wall. And as you can see, it's literally for this month.
This year and this month.
That's the bird. Okay. So that's extremely weird and coincidental. I see a bird for the first time in 48 years, and the very next day you bring out a calendar with that bird on it, and it just happens to be the right picture for this month. Okay. The next day, this guy pulls up. A guy that comes here all the time. So I go over and I'm talking to him. And I look inside in his van, and right there he's got one of those little birds, like a little figurine of it, mounted to his friggin' vent. And I'm sitting there looking at it, I'm like, alright, you gotta tell me a story about that bird. Apparently that's a golden finch. Okay. So we talk for a little bit, and he goes about his way. I'm like, man, that's weird. That's three times in a freaking row now. Alright, that's kind of weird. Next day, Faye comes back out from the church, and somebody had left. Like, you can leave cards and stuff like that, or calendars or whatever. There's a table for that kind of stuff. Somebody had left this. And the passage on it is Ephesians 3:20. God can do anything. That blew me away. It's beyond coincidence. That's beyond hinky. That's just one of those little things that has happened this week. But that's definitely going up on the wall. And yeah, I'm going to be paying a lot more attention to Ephesians. I've got some studying to do. But they're exactly right. God can do anything. So, I think that brought a tear to baby girl's eye. That's okay, you're allowed to.
Oh, he just flew away. There was a bird perched right up on there. As soon as you look, he just flew away. He's like, I didn't want you to see me. What? I'm not doing nothing, dude. He was parked right up there until you looked and he flew away. Think he was saying hi.
So, yeah, we're doing alright. You know?
We're doing great, other than my sprained ankle.
Yeah, and yeah, things might get a little batty. But we're doing alright. You know. Speaking of which, we do have more to do today. So, I'm probably going to try to wrap this one up. And, yeah, because we still got stuff to do inside. And I'm going to have to walk back to Walmart again to go upload this. I've been to Walmart already today. And I got halfway back here before I realized, oh crap, I was supposed to upload a video.
And we do apologize, people. I know it's been 10 days since our last one.
And the last one wasn't a real video, it was just screwing around.
We thought we'd put something funny up. But
I tried putting something up for Father's Day. I tried.
Didn't make it.
We were over there for 2 freaking hours. In 2 hours, I was 21% uploaded. And my phone crashed. At that point, a lot of things started coming out of my mouth. I was not in a good mood. I was quite upset they had already closed the store at that point. I think it crashed because when they reset their system, either friggin' way, I started losing it. After 2 hours of standing in front of the window with my phone, trying to friggin' upload a friggin' half-hour video, like, take me this long to shoot the fucking thing, come on!
By the way, belated Happy Father's Day to everybody. Sorry we did not were able to get that up.
Yeah, Happy Father's Day. Sorry it's belated, but things weren't going my way that day.
You know us, we will get better, I promise. But yeah, he was. I'm like, Scott, I'm glad the freaking store's closed. He is cussing up a storm. He got frustrated. I understand. He's like, Phil, blood. Oh, like, honey, calm down. We'll try it tomorrow.
Yo, after 2 hours of trying to upload a video, I went ahead and I let it loose.
Luckily, the store was closed already.
I did. I let some steam off. I'll admit that.
You have to every once in a while or you'll explode.
Yeah. Anyway, we love you guys. Mad shout outs to Scrumpy McGrumpy, Tune 215, and everybody at the Cornerstone Church. But the biggest shout outs for last, and that's for every single viewer, every single subscriber. We love you guys, and we'll see you in the next episode. Later.
Later.